So folks, welcome to Metal Wani and Metal Nation Radio. With us today, we have the guitar maestro, Mark Tremonti. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good. Just super stoked to, finally spin your new album. I mean, I got to tell you this. I got the stream last night and I was damn stoked, to listen to it before the interview. And I just thought, okay, maybe I'm going to give it a spin and then have a chat with you. But from morning, I spin it around 10 times. A beast of an album. So how happy are you with the product?
Wow. Well, I appreciate you playing it so much. We're very happy with it. We spent a lot of time preparing for it, a lot of time producing it, and now we're spending a lot of time rehearsing it. So we're ready to get out there and play it live.
That's awesome. Now, you just got another 45 odd days left for the release of Cauterize. So how excited and nervous are you, as a main songwriter of this entire project feeling right now?
Just all excitement. I've already done a lot of press about the album, and everybody's very, very complimentary about it. So I'm just excited for the fans to hear it. And, we knew how much work we put into it, so we're just excited to get it out.
That's awesome. Now, you wrote Fortress over a week, and then you end up writing this album for over 40 days. And now your fans know how, the Fortress turned out to be a masterpiece in just 7 days. And now with Cauterize for 40 days, this is going to be like, I'm sure fans are going to go nuts the moment they get the copy of the album.
Well, I hope so. I would feel if the next record's better than the last record, then I'm satisfied. So I hope the fans feel that it's a step up from our first record, all it was.
Right. Sounds really good. Now, you penned around 25 odd songs over the course of multiple sessions with you and the other guys. So I wonder how you managed to write all of them in such a way that the beauty here is the moment I listen to your album, each and every track for me feels unique. And there's not even one track where I feel, okay, Mark kind of tried a bit of a filler here. But no, that doesn't happen at all. Each and every track is something cool to offer. So how do you plan that? I mean, it looks like you tend to go a bit detailed on each of your album to make sure that each track stands out.
The way I write is I write in pieces and parts.
Mm-hmm.
I think most songwriters will write a piece that they have to fill all the parts in immediately and finish that song in one session. Where I like to write a part and let it live for a while until another part comes, maybe even years later, that matches it and matches its intensity and matches its feel, and that I'm excited about. I don't like to have any filler parts in the song. I want to make sure that every part was special enough for me to save and categorize for a future album, and that way there's no filler.
True. Now, the Dust is the other part of the album, which would be releasing probably maybe later this year or early next year. So, when I listen to these 10 tracks on Cauterize and I compare it with All I Was was more like a modern speed metal and melody all combined together. And on this album, I think you tweaked a lot of polyrhythmic, more like a progressive vibe here and there, let's say, just at the right moment. So was it like a conscious decision to explore on this album?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to add a little bit of the progressive side of things in this album. Just like you said, we wanted to pepper it in there a little bit, not overwhelm the record with too much of it, because it's I don't want to lose the point of the song, which is the main melodies. But I think it's great to have key moments in songs that catch you with those progressive elements that kind of just grab your attention.
True. Now, Dust being the part 2, are these songs linked in the sense like once the fan is done listening to Cauterize and then he gets Dust, let's say later this year, are these songs linked, or it's just like there's no connection between these two albums?
We just went in trying to record the 20 best songs possible, and then in the end kind of stepped back, and I wanted to divide it into two dynamic records.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like there's a common theme lyrically. They're just they were situated the way they are because I want them to be balanced records. You're not going to buy or listen to the first record and think it's has a completely different feel than the second record. They're both. If there was two mellow songs, I'd take one of them, put them on the first record, one of them put on the second record. If there was, just try to. If there was different feels. I wanted to make the two albums, like I said, as dynamic and as possible. But they're not. It's not like one record's heavy and one record's soft, or one record means this and one record means that. They're just two standalone records.
True, absolutely true. Now, you took the services of Elvis on this album. He's been part of Fortress as well. So this time, I think you guys planned a little more, spent more time. So how was it working with Elvis, looking at how Tremonti is a different side as compared to Alter Bridge?
We just had a lot of fun with it. On the first record, we did it very, very quickly, and we didn't spend a ton of time, going into pre-production. We just went right into the studio and recorded the stuff as fast as we could. Whereas this record, we did the same kind of approach as we did with Fortress in pre-production, where we brought into the studio 20 songs that were. We won't spend a ton of time arranging songs because we can only get the pre-production. That's when the true arrangements happen.
Right.
So we'll take these 20 songs in. That's when Elvis becomes a fifth member. We take all the arrangements and we speed them up, make all the transitions smooth, and then we just spent so much more time on this record than we did the first. And I think you can really see the difference between the two.
Right, absolutely true. Now, tracks like Falling Down or even Radical Change. All of this entire album has that more of a dark, moody vibe and has more like a light and the most like positive energy coming out of it. So I'm sure, you've already explained in the interviews that it's about the ups and downs of life. So was it more like a challenge for you as a musician to write lyrics on this album in such a way that it motivates people to, let's say, come up with something unique, be creative, be inventive?
Yeah, I mean, lyrics are always a challenge, and I approached the only different approach I had on this album was I tried to because I had 20 songs. I started trying to write lyrics very fast, and I would go through the whole lot of songs, and I'd write the lyrics as fast as I could so I could sing the demos with real vocals, and I could hear how they sounded and hear how the message was coming across, and then I'd go back through a second time and I'd refine the vocals, make sure that no two songs are too similar in meaning, or if I use the same word too much, or if I could improve on what I had done quickly. But a lot of times your gut reaction, the first initial gut reaction is the best. And 80% of those lyrics that you do very quickly tend to stick. And I used to be afraid of writing lyrics too fast, and I'd spend too much time and overthinking it, and sometimes it makes them stiff when you overthink. So I try to let them flow as much as possible.
That's awesome. Now, one thing I really felt for you as a musician was when I listened to All I Was, and then you went on a long tour, you played various countries. While playing live, I think, your voice developed a little more, being on road, getting that amazing experience of, singing every day, in front of your fans. And then the outcome of Cauterize has actually been much productive as compared to All I Was in terms of your vocals. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think you can take all the vocal lessons you want and sing at home all you want, and you might hit some plateaus. But for me, the only way that I could really improve my voice and make it, and make a real difference is going out there and touring and pushing it every night. And while I'm doing rehearsals for this tour, I've noticed that all the things I used to struggle with on the first record, I'm doing very easily now because I've toured and pushed my voice, and my range has gone up a little bit. And this new record, a lot of the stuff is really high at the top of my range. And until I went back to listen to and sing along to the old record, I didn't realize just how much tougher some of these new songs are to sing, and how much easier the old songs are to sing. getting out there and touring, you just kind of push your boundaries and get more focus on things you never used to focus on before, like your diction and how your vowel placement is and where you breathe and all these things that only come from true practice of living or dying in front of fans on stage.
Right. That's absolutely true. Now, what are the plans of taking this album live? I mean, that's where the magic happens. Your fans are gonna sing these tunes along the moment you guys plug in your instruments and go. So, what countries are you guys planning to visit this time?
Anywhere people will accept us. It's as long as we can get promoters to put a deal together for us, we're there. We're right now we've got all of Europe and America on schedule through July, and then we're just kind of seeing where things take us. But we hope to get to as many places as we can, and hopefully the band spreads like Alter Bridge had.
True. Sounds really good, because I'm here right now in India, and I know your fan base here is chaotic. So I don't know whether you with Tremonti or with Alter Bridge get to come here and play for your fans here.
Well, that would be amazing. We'd love to. We'd absolutely love to. I have a ton of Indian friends here in America that love rock and roll music, so I know it'll be a blast to come over there.
Absolutely. Now, Mark, you've traveled around, various countries and almost all the continents, but what sort of difference do you find when you play in Europe? I mean, Europe has always been amazing in terms of festivals and how the fans still cherish those moments by buying CDs, vinyls, and, as compared to States. So how do you think this hard rock music has changed over the period of time when you, think about States and then about Europe?
I think Europe has remained very solid through the years. I think Europe is right now kind of the epicenter of it's the heart of, it's not to be cheesy, of what's keeping rock and roll healthy right now. I think it's what all bands tour through. It's where Alter Bridge, at least, and Tremonti have really taken off quicker than anywhere else, and It's allowed us to expand from there. First you go to the UK, and the UK does well. You go over to Germany, and that starts doing well, and you push yourself into Poland, and then you keep expanding, and then we've gotten a big fan base in Indonesia, and a lot of folks in South America have never seen us play because we've never gotten to go down there and play, which is a shame. And some of our biggest fan bases, we can tell from the social media, are in countries we haven't even been to. So it's just a matter of getting together with the right promoters and making sure it happens.
Right. That'll really be great to see you guys live. So, any plans? I know it's going to be a very simple question for you. So, will your Creed fans ever see you guys reuniting, down the line?
We don't really have any plans because we've. I've got that new Tremonti, two new Tremonti records, and next 2016 we're going to get back in the studio with Alter Bridge and hopscotch between both bands. Back and forth between Alter Bridge, Tremonti, and Miles with the Slash. So there's the last Creed tour didn't really end on a happy note. So,
right.
We've gotten to the point in our careers where we just want to be happy and
absolutely
do
right.
things that we're proud of, and we've got plenty to work on that make us happy. So that's what we're going to focus on.
Awesome, Mark. So before I conclude the interview, how about you define Cauterize in your own style in just one sentence?
Oh, geez. A combination of metal and melody with a serious tone to the lyrical content.
Wow. I was just wondering, because the moment you said, oh gosh, I could figure out that, okay, you're trying to figure out what to say right now, isn't it? Fantastic, Mark.
I don't know. I think it's just trying to push together the metal stuff with the melody.
Right, right. Fantastic, Mark. Thanks once again. Have a wonderful day ahead, and I'll catch you on road soon.
Great, thanks so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.